All right, faithful viewer, we are back with our last installment, number 7, the 7 things successful people never say. This is an article that was written by Ilya Posen. I'll get that name right one day. Anywho, and this individual wrote this article, 7 things successful people never say. So we're going to be dealing with number 7. All right, number 7, and this is a doozy. So it's called, and this says, quote, "This is the way we've always done it." I'm gonna say that one more time. This is the way we've always done it. Have y'all heard that? Have you said that? Very, very common when it comes to church. Oh, pastor, this is the way we've always done it. Pastor, we've done it this way. Pastor, this is what we've always done. People don't like change. So let's get in it. What the article is saying. I got to take these glasses off. This is just these, and I can't read these and this stuff. So, doing things the way they've always been done is no way to run a business. Okay. Just ask some of the companies which toed the line, accepted the status quo, and went under. Blockbuster. Adapting to an ever-changing marketplace is really the only way to survive in an economy constantly being disrupted by the next big thing. Now this article was written back in 2015. Here we are, 2021, 7 years later. What has this pandemic taught us? What is recession proof? What does that really mean? What is essential workers? What does that mean? I think what we have learned in this pandemic is that what we thought was isn't, and what we thought isn't was, and what we thought was and what isn't. We have learned that over time, people have said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have more than one way to create income. Okay? You don't know what's going to happen to that one. And what happened? Things shut down. People were in line, and they were mad as all get out at the government. Because of the Rona. Telling you. So when you sit there and say this is the way we've always done it, and somebody comes to you and say, well, hey, that might be the way you've always done it, but you might want to adjust some things to make it better. A lot of times we resist change because, well, we are as comfortable. All right? And we're afraid of change because that may require somebody to lose their position. But I digress. Says you don't have to be a slave to the trends, but you also can't stick your head in the sand and hope things go back to normal. Pandemic, y'all. As much as we like something to go back to normal, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm in the court system. I am a criminal defense attorney, and we use Zoom a lot. Now we're using Zoom for trials, where people used to have to show up in person. Now they can show up on a Zoom. As long as people see them and they know they're there, you know, and that's weird. That was strange. That's like Jetsons almost. All right. So there may be some Sixth Amendment issues on that about confronting your accusers and stuff. But and then you have technical difficulties. But the judge said, you know what? It's like Zoom does have a place, and we have to figure out in what way. You know, those kind of platforms. It goes on to say, instead, come up with creative solutions to new problems and innovate, and you'll soon be in the driver's seat taking your organization into the future. Everyone wants to be successful. To make sure your words aren't holding you back, these 7 phrases are career kryptonite. By avoiding them, you can fly into your future and become a successful superstar. So, and I'm gonna elaborate on that last part in a conclusory video. But in this particular one, thanks. But this particular one, I'm getting all these messages pop up. Here we go again. In this particular one, it is important that we do embrace change, that we do allow people and things to evolve. That's us. I can't say, I know I'm not the same Regina I was when I was a kid. There might be some things about me temperament-wise, but as I get older and more educated and, experienced, those things, what I did 10 years ago, I work now. Okay? What we did 20, 30 years ago, back then, I was a latchkey kid. I come home, I wake up in the morning, my parents going to work. I'm in this house by myself. When I come home from school, I'm in the house by myself. You couldn't do that now. You can't leave no 10-year-old by themselves. They have social service knocking at your door. Things change. And change is for the good. But we have to embrace it. And I'm one of those people who had to learn to embrace change. I'm like this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stop messing with stuff, all right? But people going to change stuff on the menu. People going to change the way they do all kind of stuff. And I say menu because that's, that was one of my pet peeves. I used to go to this place called Rio Bravo's, and they had this thing called the chocolate chimichanga. Then Rio Bravo's went somewhere and somebody else came in their place, remained nameless. And because chimichanga was registered with these people, they couldn't do it. I'm like, my God. And then I went to a Mexican restaurant here locally, and guess what they had on their menu? Chocolate chimichanga. I said, oh, you got me. I'm here. Why? Because even though they changed the stuff, those people got my business because I liked something on the menu that connected me to what I used to love, that they changed without my permission. Either way, to say that we've always done it like this is your way of saying, I don't want you telling us what to do. I want to maintain control because that's what we know. And learning something new to some people, it sounds like you completely and utterly have to work at it. Some folks don't want to do that. So I'm like this. Change going to happen whether you want to or not. All right? Like they say, plans change. Choices don't. So you're going to have to choose ye this day. Are you going to go with the flow or get left behind like the rapture? It's up to you. So my name is Regina, better known as the Preacher Kid Sensation, PK. Sensation for short. If you follow me on Instagram, The Mental Wealth Builder. Thank you for being with me. And right after this, stay tuned for my conclusion of the 7 things that successful people should never say. Take care. Bye-bye.